This is my 2010 Ford Escape. It needed new front lower control arms. According to the service manual, the first thing you should do is measure the front ride height and take note of it. As illustrated in the picture, the measurement is the difference in the vertical distance between the ball joint bolt and the front control arm bolt. Here's what the measurements should be. When doing this, the car needs to have a full tank of gas and be sitting on flat level ground. The measurements should be taken with a surface gauge, like this one. I took the shade tree method of just using a tape measure. First, remove the ball joint bolt. Separate the ball joint from the steering knuckle. Remove the front control arm bolt. Remove the rear control arm bolt. Now remove the control arm. Insert the new control arm starting with the rear bushing and hand tighten the bolt. With the help of a floor jack, try to align the holes of the front bushing. Hand tighten the front control arm bolt. Now try to get the ball joint back into the steering knuckle. I used a pry bar to guide the joint in. Insert the ball joint bolt and hand tighten the nut. Using a floor jack, push up on the control arm until you are within the acceptable range of the front ride height shown at the beginning of the video. Once positioned correctly, torque the bolts to the following specs. The reason this is done is to make sure the bushings aren't twisted when the car is resting in its natural position. Otherwise, the bushings will fail prematurely. On the driver's side, I ran into a problem with the control arm. It wasn't made to spec, and I couldn't pivot the arm low enough to get the ball joint to clear the steering knuckle. I needed to cut away parts of the control arm that was making contact with the frame. I did a little bit of cutting while the arm was still in. It did help to undo the front bolt and swing it out a bit. But ultimately, the easiest thing to do was to pull the whole thing out and trim it on a workbench.